know what time it is. It's time for a double moonwalk in the ass. Oh, crap. I've been double moonwalked.
What is that you hear? The Cowboys season going down the toilet.
Dallas stinks. They really, really stink. Dallas stinks. They really, really stink.
The dingbat tap dance.
Dallas stinks. They really, really stink. Dallas stinks. They really, really stink. Dallas stinks. They really, really stink.
Dallas still stinks.
What's that smell? Do you smell that? It smells like
Dallas still stinks.
Yo, everybody, how you doing? King Dingbat here, and it's time for Eagles Dallas this week. I cannot wait. I am so pumped up about this game. Now, sorry I haven't been around for a few days. It's been crazy busy for me this week. A lot of things going on, but towards the end of the week it's going to settle down, so I hope to pump out some videos for you leading up to this huge Sunday night game. Eagles versus the stinking Dallas Cowboys. I am super excited about this game, no doubt. I cannot wait. I'm ready to play it right now. Now, the one thing I like about this schedule this year is that the Eagles get to play a meaningful game against the Cowboys at home. The last few years, each home game against Dallas has been meaningless, okay? In 2016, Dallas had the number 1 seed going into the playoffs. They basically sit their starters. Eagles win. No big deal. I can't really hold it. I can't really count it as meaningful. Then last year, 2017, Eagles had the number 1 seed going into the playoffs. They put their third or fourth stringers in, and they played Dallas. I can't really hold it and say, oh, Dallas came in and beat Philly. They're meaningless. So this year, both games should count and should be very, very meaningful, okay? Especially this game. This game is huge. This is a huge game for both teams, especially for Dallas, because if Dallas loses this game, for all intents and purposes, you could stick a fork in them. They're done. You could go get ready for Thanksgiving and Christmas and not even worry about it, because with the schedule the Cowboys have coming up, they ain't running no table. They're in big trouble. And not only are they in big trouble, but they don't have no first round pick going in to the draft. They could potentially collapse and have a top 10 pick and not even have the pick to take, because they gave it to Oakland. Okay, they gave it to Oakland for Amari Cooper, who comes in last week on Monday night against Tennessee, and they don't even send him deep one time. I just don't understand it. And did you hear on the news? I'm sure you heard the reports. Do you know what this is? What do I look like? You know what I look like? I look like a chicken running for his life. Because in Dallas, right now, all the chickens are running for their lives because they've been sacrificing chickens. You know the Dallas Cowboys with that satanic star on the helmet, the satanic magic that they do, they are sacrificing more than enough chickens to feed a whole continent. Okay, they are sacrificing all the chickens they got. If you own a chicken farm in the Dallas area, hide your chickens. Hide them, because they are sacrificing everything to get a win next week. But they can't do it because the Eagles, they are holy. They are holy with the man like Carson Wentz. Praise God. And I'll tell you what, he is flying over that black magic. Right to victory, baby. Yes, I feel nutty today. I feel very dingbatish because I'm very excited about this game. What can I do? I'm happy. I'm in a good mood. It happens. So, yeah, Dallas is in a desperate situation, okay? And when a team is desperate, that can be dangerous. And the Eagles, they have to be desperate too. They have to play like their season depends on this game. And frankly, I think it kind of does. I mean, I think you can't afford to lose games like this. Not when you have New Orleans next week in New Orleans. That's a hard game. That's a whole nother issue. But anyways, so with this game, this is going to be a big game. Sunday night, the world's going to be watching. And hey, are you ready? Are you ready? Because I'm ready. So when we look at this game plan against the Dallas Cowboys this Sunday, it's very funny to me because it's the same game plan that you had 2 years ago, last year, when you played the Dallas Cowboys. Now, I'm going to put on my non-ball busting serious hat to talk to Dallas Cowboy fans for a second. I like to give Dak a hard time on his channel, Cowboy fans a hard time, but it's all good fun. It's all rivalry stuff. But from a serious standpoint, okay, the biggest problem I think your team has is your coaching. It's Jason Garrett, and the reason I say that is because if you look at the development of Dak Prescott, it looks like it's to a minimal. It looks like it hasn't even really occurred, okay? The first year, your rookie year, you come out, you have Zeke Elliott, you want to run the ball, put Dak Prescott in manageable third down situations, make him not turn over the ball, and then you grind out wins that way. That was the plan. Well, you go, last year, it was the same plan. This year, it's the same plan. You know, if you look at other quarterbacks in the league, let's look at Carson Wentz. Each year, he takes on more. There's a new part of his game that is been worked on or redefined or they start doing. And when it comes to Dak Prescott, it looks exactly the same. It looks like the 2016 Dak Prescott and the 2018 are the same. It's like he's not progressing. And I think it's because of your coaching. I don't think the Dallas Cowboys are developing him properly. You need a coach who can come in and develop him. So I think Dallas's biggest problem is their coaching. I think you need to get a coaching change at the end of this year for Jason Garrett. Now, me personally, I hope you give him a lifetime contract. Give him a lifetime contract. It would be a beautiful thing. Somebody figure out how to keep Jerry Jones alive for another 30 years, okay? Because it's perfect to me. But to me, in all honesty, Dallas Cowboy fans, that's your biggest problem. I think it's your biggest problem because Dak Prescott has talent. He's got a good arm. He's mobile. He can make every throw. He's got talent. But he's not being developed or utilized properly. I mean, it's very simple how you beat Dallas. So when the Eagles play them this Sunday, you want to basically stop Zeke. You want to force third and long for Dak Prescott. And when you have third and long, you bring pressure, make him have to make the perfect throw, and you beat them. And that's the biggest way you beat the Dallas Cowboys. If they're getting into third and short, then you'll see him roll out. Maybe then they'll take a shot, downfield. That's their game plan. They want to get into third and manageable situations and then have Dak Prescott not make any mistakes and utilize Zeke. If that's the game plan, the Eagles are ready for it. The Eagles are good against the run. I think they'll be able to put Dak in third and long, and the Eagles are going to just have to make sure that they put some pressure on. I hope Jim Schwartz blitzes a little more than we've seen because I think it's the perfect scenario on how to beat Dak Prescott. But that's the key on defense to beating the Dallas Cowboys. Now, for the Eagles offense versus the Dallas Cowboys defense, there's a lot of excitement here. There's a lot of excitement because the Eagles, during their bye week, went out and got the Dallas Cowboys killer, Golden Tate. Now, Golden Tate's going to make his debut with the Eagles. It is going to be exciting. Everybody's going to be pumped up and fired up, and I can't wait to see how they use him. Now, when it comes to the Cowboys' defense, what was that went by? That was Sean Lee's hamstring. Sean Lee's hamstrings are all over the place. He needs new hamstrings. Somebody, give him a hamstring. The guy needs a hamstring. He's always hurt, that guy. He's a great player, but he's always hurt. And I think his record, the Cowboys' record versus the Eagles with Sean Lee, I forget what exactly it was, but they were saying Dallas doesn't beat us when Sean Lee is out. So that's a bad thing for Dallas. But, the strength of Dallas, the strength of their defense is that pass rush. They can get pressure on the quarterback. They can get a lot of pressure on the quarterback. And with the way our offensive line has played this year, that is my biggest concern. Protect Wentz. I know Lane Johnson, I think he was back at practice already. I can't imagine he's going to play, but who knows? We'll see the injury report tomorrow. But the Eagles got to protect Carson Wentz. And one way to do it is to use Josh Adams more. Use that run game more. But this is like a broken record. We've been saying this all year, and I think the addition, one of the big benefits of Golden Tate is those short passing games. He has the ability to get yards after the catch, and that is really an extension of a run. So with Golden Tate there, I think with the emergence, I'm hoping after that Jacksonville game, of Josh Adams, I think the Eagles will be able to move the ball. And let's not forget, Carson Wentz has 13 touchdowns, 2 interceptions. He's got a 109 quarterback rating. He has 4 games in a row with a over 115 plus passer rating. That is pretty good. And to me, the Jacksonville game, he really looked good because it was the first time in a long time we really seen him consistently run when he had to. It looks like he's trusting that knee, and I think Carson Wentz is going to have another huge game. I think he's going to have a huge game. So this is going to be one fun game. But to me, the Cowboys pass rush is what we have to worry about. Hopefully the Eagles can neutralize it. Hopefully with the addition of Golden Tate, putting Aguilar back in the slot, hopefully the Eagles will be set up to go on a run. Now, if you really think about it, and you take away that fourth quarter versus Carolina, the Eagles were on a 3-game winning streak. We're on a roll. That was a big hiccup. And to me, this game is a huge game. This game's a huge game because we got New Orleans next week. We got New Orleans after Dallas, and that's a hard place to play. That is not an easy game. Let's not fool ourselves. But we'll worry about that next week. Right now, it's the stinking Dallas Cowboys. And when I look at this game, I look at the Eagles' offense versus Dallas' defense. I like what I see. With the addition of Golden Tate, I think the Eagles are going to be moving the ball down the field. You got Alshon, who's been great. Zach Ertz, who's been tremendous. And now you add Golden Tate. Aguilar goes back into his natural position. The Eagles are getting healthy. They're getting there. They're starting to get guys back. And this is going to bode well for our run. Now, Darren Sproles was back at practice this week. And then he hurt his hamstring again today. So I don't think he's going to be playing this week. At least I'm not expecting him to. But I like what we see. And I like the Eagles' defense versus the Dallas Cowboys' offense. You stop the run, you beat the Dallas Cowboys. That's the key. Make Dak Prescott beat you. So in the end, when I look at this game and I make my final predictions, I think this could be a blowout. I'm not even trolling. I'm not even joking. I mean it in all seriousness. I think the Eagles win this game 38-10. 38-10. I think this is a blowout. Maybe Dallas gets 17, but they ain't getting over that. I think this is a blowout. And the reason why I'm saying it is because, one, Dallas just lost. They're all down. Then they're coming off a Monday night game. There's always shorter week to get ready. And the Eagles are coming off a bye week. They came off a big win in England. They get Golden Tate. They're at home Sunday night. This is set up for a giant, huge Carson Wentz explosion. And Dallas is going to take a beating. So in the end, I'm going to say the Eagles are going to win this game 38-10 in a blowout. In a blowout, I think it'll be very similar to the game in Dallas last year where it was close for a while. In the second half, the Eagles blow it open. I think that's what's coming. I think Dallas has bigger problems than people realize. And I think the Eagles are going to take them out. So with that said, tell me what you think. This is a huge game. I cannot wait. Let me know what your score is. I know Dallas fans don't want to hear it, but it's just the truth. This is just the truth. Eagles going to win 38-10. With that said, take care. Talk to you later. And don't be a dingbat.